Here in Malibu, California, there's a constant battle, the fight against destructive and deadly brush fires. Now, it's not surprising that these men and women are some of the bravest you'll ever meet. What is surprising is they're all convicted felons. And while they're out saving lives, they're also trying to turn their own lives around. They helped in the Malibu fires in 1993, when the hills and homes were ablaze, destroying everything that stood in the fire's way. Then in 1996, the Calabasas fires in Southern California. It torched thousands of acres, and there were thousands of firefighters. Many of them were inmates from the California Department of Corrections Conservation Camp Program, a program that's been working for 50 years, one that the governor's hot on.
It is very hard, dirty, dangerous work. If they were a combat unit in the military, they would have quite a battle flag with a streamer for each one of the major fires that they have fought.
There are 4,000 convicted felons that participate in the camp program. Instead of doing time behind prison walls, they decided to join the Special Force team to help fight fires, floods, and earthquakes. Their camp is not surrounded by bars. They live by the honor system in rural settings. Both men and women go through intensive physical training and fire procedures. For most, the decision is an easy one.
I didn't know what to expect. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really didn't want to be incarcerated. So I was trying to do as much as I could in order to get out.
Meet the women of Malibu Fire Camp, Crew 13-3.
Possession for sales. Possession of illegal substance. Vehicle theft.
Drive-by shooting.
Possession and sale.
Sales of a controlled substance.
Sales of a controlled substance. Possession.
Possession and sales.
Drug-related charges. Possession and sales.
Petty theft.
Right when they first come in, we try to build a team concept. Try to instill some sense of belonging to something big and come home with a sense of accomplishment as opposed to, I'm just here hanging around.
We're incarcerated, but we have chosen to fight fires instead of stay behind the prison walls.
I was a drug addict. I'm a mother of 4, I'm a grandmother. And I got in a little trouble. I got caught with some drugs. And this right here showed me a lot of being positive and getting myself together.
Move it out, Crew 5.
When I first came in here, I think my self-esteem was so low that, you know, I never imagined I could do any of this that I've already accomplished. Now I know that I can do anything I put my mind to.
I didn't used to do anything but use drugs. Use drugs, fight, gangbang, you know, street life. And this has shown me that if I can do this, you know, I could do a lot.
We get in all types of situations, and we just try to stick together. And sometimes it get a little hectic. Sometimes we have to get, you know, but we're only human. But still, in the end, it's all about we stick together and we love each other.
You're funny, Castro.
The women get up at the crack of dawn, dressed in blues and firefighter boots. And by 7 a.m., they've had breakfast. By 8 a.m., they're released, handed over to the Los Angeles County Fire Department. A fire alert is called into Malibu Fire Camp. Hundreds of firefighters around the state respond to the Hopper Fire in Ventura County. Thousands of acres are ablaze. Malibu Team 13-3 is called into action. Today's mission is to hike in miles to get near the fire.
212, 13-5, how's it look over there? You're going over that ridge in front of you.
The crew will then create a fire break on the side of the mountain.
Open it up.
A 6 to 10 foot dirt break, so the fire doesn't jump from one side to the other.
There's going to be areas in here we might not even do because of the steepness and the poison.
Besides the obvious dangers of smoke and flames, the team has to be on the watch for any change in wind direction, rattlesnakes, and falling debris.
Shit! You're dropping rocks, pulling the brush that way.
Right here, hit it with the shovel.
Get a shovel.
Three down.
As the firefighters struggle on the side of the mountain, a burning log explodes and rolls down the hill, right into the path of the women.
And then all of a sudden when they called log falling, I looked up and it looked like it was coming right at me. So the only way I could go was frontward. So when I went frontward, I hit that trench and it took me to the bottom of the cliff.
Now that we've seen what happened, because that's never happened so far, that's something to look at when you guys are on another fire. I mean, next time it could be somebody's life.
It's not just women saving lives. Men are out there too. Men like Ken Benedict, a former inmate firefighter from a Northern California camp. Ken fought in the Malibu fires. He saw something and he reacted.
Along my way up this cliff, I came across a lady, Cynthia Salisbury, and she looked at me dead in the eyes and said, "My son is trapped up on this cliff and he has Down syndrome. Will you please save my son?" I looked at her dead in the eyes. I said, "Don't worry, ma'am, I'll save your boy." I turned around and ran to the fire. Fortunately, I found the boy sitting in some brush and was able to get him out before the fire engulfed us and get him down to the other inmates. I dropped him off a ledge, and fortunately, we made it all off. Right when we hit the road, the whole hill went up in flames.
Ken finished his sentence in camp and went on to be a technician as a computer engineer. And in 1996, his company honored him as Employee of the Year. Just last May, in the issue of Reader's Digest, the same issue I was featured in, Ken's story was also featured. After it was revealed that Ken was a convicted felon, he lost his job. But Ken says that fighting fires was the spark that changed the direction of his life forever.
A couple years of my life in the prison system was worth being there so I could give this individual the rest of his life back. It made it worth me. I'd do it again. I'd trade those years of my life again so that anybody could live.
And so far, the ladies of Malibu 13-3 think their blood, sweat, and tears is time well spent. Time not behind bars.
I know that I can do anything I put my mind to, and I really love it.
Because you feel like you belong somewhere, you feel like you can do whatever you set your mind to do, and you can also be an example for yourself and for your family and your children.
When I write my little boy, I feel good to let him know that his mommy is fighting the fire. And then I got him a little fire truck because I felt proud of myself. You know what I'm saying? And the little money that I do make, I try to take care of my son. Because you know what? All of us, we're proud of each other. And all of us love each other. And we love our foreman. And I never thought I'd say this, but I love fire camp.
How do we know these ladies aren't going to return to a life of crime? Well, there's no guarantee of that. But if they are going to turn things around, it's programs like this that will make it happen. And with all the sweat and tears they've invested, I got to believe it will make a difference. Stay with us. We'll be right back.